Okay, now, so we end up losing the. My mom ends up losing the apartment in Independence. Okay, now this abuser, the demon man, he does not work. My mom works and provides for me and my sister. Yeah, just her. This guy is just there. A consumer, an abuser, mental abuser, molester. Yeah, he's another one, but it didn't happen to me. He molested my freaking sister. Yeah, so I didn't find it out till Kansas City though. So, and I was just too young and didn't know what this stuff was, man. Okay, and so he we ended up losing the apartment. So what happens is we live in a car. So now I get to I'm eight. I'm no, I'm sorry. I'm 9 through 10 now. So this is the homelessness experience. So we don't have a home, living in a car with minimal clothing, everything sold at the pawn shop. Okay, and we slept in two houses. The first house was somebody my mom knew from her job, and slept there. Okay, and it was a lady with about 9 cats. She was a red-haired lady, and she was really pretty. I thought. And we played a little Uno card game and whatnot. Then we went to bed. So I woke up and I was like, I have to use the bathroom. I told my mom. My mom's like, okay, the bathroom's down there. It's nighttime. I go in the kitchen and I see her again. But this time, she looks totally different. She don't look pretty this time. Her hair is still long, but it's not long and luxurious like it was in the daytime. In nighttime, which I don't know, like she had like pimples on her face, and like she looked a whole lot older than what she looked this like that day. And she had like one of those back scratchers, and she had like a pot, like a kettle. And then like she had like some geckos and some worms, and she was pouring them in this pot. She took a piece of her hair and put it in this pot and was like mixing it, and she like had some of this nasty smelling juice, which I now know was vinegar. She poured it in there, mixed it up. I don't know. I was kind of freaked out because she didn't look the same as she did in the daytime. But it's weird because I knew who it was. I knew it was her because, I mean, she's the only person with red hair in there. So I go and I use the bathroom, and all the cats is in the kitchen. All of them with her. Now, cats are usually everywhere all over their place, right? But nah, they always in the kitchen watching what she was doing. I go back to bed and I wake my mom and say, Mom, I think that lady's a witch. I think she's a witch. And my mom's like, no, she's not a witch, honey. I work with her. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just seeing stuff. Yeah, I've seen so many stuff. I know I'm not just seeing stuff because I've been seeing this stuff for quite a minute. All right. So now, I don't know about no witchcraft. I don't know about no New Age. None of that. Okay? Make that clear for the church people, for the Christians, and everybody else that's religious out there. I don't know nothing about that stuff. Alright? Now, what happens is that I just go back to sleep, wake up next day, the cats are all over the place, and she's back to her normal self she was the previous day. She doesn't look anything like she did at nighttime. The little kettle pot is gone. The little back scratcher she was using to stir the stuff is gone. I don't know what she did. I don't know. The next house was the house the demon man chose. So we go to this other house, and this guy, he smokes beer. No, not beer. He doesn't smoke beer. I'm sorry. He smokes whatever he's smoking, and he spits it in beer cans. So my mom was like, "Oh, he fixed us something to eat." I was like, "Oh, great. I'm hungry." Me and my sister sat down, and it's a steak. So our little tiny stomach somehow, I guess from us being homeless or whatever. There are other times during this time we're not holding signs. So We're not holding signs asking for money. We're literally going to different people's houses asking for food and drink, okay, to survive. So we ended up able to stay at another person's place for a minute, which is the person that Russell the Demon Man found, okay? And this guy, I go in the basement. I'm just exploring this part, his house. I started going towards the basement, and I see this pentagram looking thing with candles on each point of the star. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is. And again, I'm not involved in no witchcraft. I'm not involved in no New Age. I don't know. So, no New Age movement. I don't know nothing about that. So what ends up happening is that I could have sworn that this guy was like upstairs. I'm telling the truth, like I could have sworn. So all of a sudden he just appears in the basement, like physically in the material, his whole body, flesh and all, appears in the basement, and he's coming up out of the basement, saying, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I was just looking for the bathroom." I'm like, okay, so, and he like gives me this real mean look. But like, I don't know, he had me like, we was eating like he had made food and it was like steaks, and I ate like three steaks, not steaks, steaks. Me and my sister did, and I don't know why we ate so many, because it's so abnormal of us to eat so many, but I'm just guessing it's because we was homeless. And we was really genuinely hungry, we was malnutrition and malnourished or whatnot. So what happens is that he gives me a Bud Light beer, and my mom was like, "What are you doing with my kid?" or whatever. So I guess I drunk it, and I was like, "Oh, mom, I don't know, it tastes weird," and I spit it out. Next thing I know, me and my sister both. Now I was the only person that drank the Bud Light, as far as I remember. But me and my sister both broke out in these hives and like these itching things, like. Then like he gave me and my sister like these vines and stuff to play with after we already broke out with some stuff. Now he's got us playing with this poison ivy or poison oak or whatever it is. And like Russell's sitting there just straight laughing, the demon man, he's sitting there laughing about it. And my mom's trying to put cream on me and my sister, and she's like, "Okay, we gotta get the heck up out of here. We gotta go. Find another place." So um So went to some more other people's houses. I was really hungry and stuff. And this person, all they had was root beer. They didn't have any food. They themselves didn't have any food, or they just didn't want to give any. But they gave me a root beer. And this is where I actually first had root beer. I liked the taste of root beer. Even though I was really hungry, I drank the root beer, and it made my stomach feel a lot better. It's weird. I would think that I would need food, but the root beer tasted good. And I felt good. It made my stomach feel better. I remember the last piece of food me and my sister had was a bag of Cheetos, one of those big puff bags, puff Cheetos. And we shared it little by little. I had 5 pieces, she'd have 5 pieces until the bag was gone. So, uh, this went on for about 3 months, I think, being homeless. 4 months, I think, being homeless. So, but, yeah. Alright, that's it for that.